Welcome to today's Clash of Clans video where we are looking at the best attack strategy at Town Hall 12. I'm your host Judo Sloth. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for all of your attack strategies post update. This one is most certainly the best at Town Hall 12. Right at the end of the video I'll show you what I think is the second best strategy utilizing the new troop, the Electro Dragons. But first, we've shown it on the channel, the Lavaloon strategy at Town Hall 12. It still kills it, guys. We have a maxed out Giga Tesla inside that Town Hall 12 for this one, but utilizing the Wall Wrecker, it did get that nerf, but it is still very useful to help your heroes get in as a bit of a suicide kill squad in order to take down some objectives. Now, most of the time with the Lavaloon, the Queen and the CC is the main things. You do have to take note of that Giga Tesla. We will show you how to counteract it in this video. But really, as long as you can take down the Queen and the CC, that tends to be your best option. Coming in now, these single target Infernos don't do a lot. They might pop a Lava Hound, but honestly, the balloons swarm them. As you can see, you really need to get them haste spells in pretty quickly just to press them balloons forward. But with the upgrades to basically the Lava Hounds, the balloons, and the heroes, it makes this attack very viable. Now, I am fully aware, guys, that bases aren't fully upgraded. This one is upgraded pretty significantly, to be honest, compared to a lot of them we have seen. Here are the balloons coming towards that Giga Tesla. So first of all, we freeze it, but then most importantly, at level 5, when it has that bomb underneath it, it does affect the balloons, so you need to use the Grand Warden's ability. We get a little bit fortunate here. You can see how many balloons it took down. Had that have been earlier on in the raid, it could have definitely been costly, so you might want to have a heal spell handy as well if you are going to hit it early on. But obviously the optimal thing to do is just use that Grand Warden's ability through it, guys. Otherwise it can take down your balloons very, very quickly. As you can see, minions and lava pups, standard stuff in order to get that cleanup working. Make sure you get that in. Now basically, guys, one thing we missed at the start of the video was that kill squad, so let's focus in a little bit on that in this next attack. You do need a couple of troops just to set up your funnel, but basically after that it really is just the heroes coming in behind the Wall Wrecker. The Wall Wrecker doesn't need a funnel. It's going to go straight to the Town Hall, but you need to set it for the ones behind. I'm guilty of doing that mistake too many times. I keep stressing it because I do not want you guys to make the same mistake. So as the baby dragon comes in, basically going to pop off a couple of buildings here so that when the Wall Wrecker comes in, it beelines. You can see the direct line towards the Town Hall. The King and Queen have got nowhere to go but inside that base. The last thing you want is them walking around, because that is your kill squad. You're coming in, like we said, to take out the Queen and the CC. Even going to get the Eagle Artillery in this one, which is obviously very, very helpful. Now, alongside that kill squad, you're really carving out an area of the base. So you can see how if we were to split the map into 4 different sections, you have the north, east, south, and the west of the base, which is where we're attacking. Once that western side comes out, you can really control the balloons a lot easier around the base itself. They're not going to split up across the base. That's the beauty of the Lavaloon. Getting a minion in straight away to help with that process, and it really depends on how quickly you want the balloons in. Wolf, in this case, actually puts the haste spells down quickly, mainly because we're going to get fried off that single target Inferno. The Lava Hounds, yes, they can tank for that single target Inferno, but you don't want them to go down ideally. You want them to move through the base, so we really needed them haste spells in quickly to counteract that. Now look at all of the balloons coming forward, trying to use some over on the opposite side of the base. Again, that deals with pathing. That's basically the route in which your balloons are going to take. You can see the defenses in the middle here. Had the balloons from the east not came in, they would have more than likely split up, and that is not what you want. As they move down to the south here, you kind of want them in somewhat of a big group, shall we say. And as they get down towards these final defenses, I really like the use of that skeleton spell. Could have been used as a plan B onto the queen, but I liked the use of it in order to distract the single target inferno and the wizard tower at the same time, because like we said, you want your balloons to clump up. They're going to if you do it correctly. So if there is a wizard tower on the back end, it can be costly to you. Let's bump across to the war we just had in Red Elite. Like I said, we're doing fantastically well here at the moment. Show you one more Lavaloon attack before we get on to that final attack. That's a 3-star on our base, not what we want to be showing, guys, although the base is obviously going to try and be tweaked at this point. But here we are with the elf again, very strong with that Lavaloon. Then like we said, we'll show you the Electro Dragon attack, which is equally superb in my opinion. So in come the baby dragons, again just setting that funnel. This is kind of standard stuff, if you will. Baby dragons work really nice. You might have seen in the first attack the elf used a giant and a couple of wizards. If there's an air defense in the area, just opt for that, guys. It works just as well. It's very effective at taking down them couple of buildings you need in order to get your troops in. Now this is kind of the standard, if you will. This is using that wall wrecker to come in just to tank for them 2 heroes. It works phenomenally well. You can use the battle blimp just to snipe off a defense, but you're going to have to take more things to tank. I have seen the battle blimp with a lava hound in it, so it actually is used on the Lavaloon portion itself. But we have found far more success just bringing it in with the king and queen. And again, look at everything we took out there. And you can see the route around the base that the balloons will take. Actually misses the dragon on this one, but he is going to be okay. Look at that epic lava pup there. Actually was enough to get 1 swipe on the dragon and take it out. Again, we don't have to worry about the max to Giga Tesla, so we can use that Grand Warden's ability early on. It all depends on what you want to get. Should your kill squad want to get a little bit more, you might bring your Grand Warden in there, maybe with a couple of bowlers, perhaps even a golem if you want to take out a lot of the base and just use the lava hounds on the back end. But if you want to take out majority of the base in these attacks, you've seen us take out 3/4 of the base, if you will, taking out 1/4 initially with the kill squad, 3/4 with the Lavaloon. I'd recommend the Grand Warden with your Lavaloon in that case. It just means you can pop that ability and help your balloons through, as well as having them spells on top. It makes it a prime time in order to get that heal spell on top, boost them back up when you know you're not actually going to lose any. And like we said, if you're facing a maxed out Giga Tesla, you're going to need the Grand Warden wherever you're taking that out. That is it for the Lavaloon attacks. You will see plenty more of them on my channel. Like we said, it is clearly at the moment, in our opinion at Red Elite, and in my opinion most definitely, the best attack strategy at Town Hall 12. This is what I think is the second best. This is what we're having more success with. The Electro Dragons, this is what I'm trying to get on top of. I do get the 3-star occasionally, but at the moment I am kind of getting them 90% 2-stars as well, which is highly frustrating. But what you're trying to do is a very similar kill squad here, and you're using the balloons alongside the Electro Dragons to then swoop through the base. So in this one, just using suicide heroes. Now Jimbo does this quite a lot, and even if his heroes walk, it doesn't really matter for him, because what he does is brings a set of balloons inside the wall wrecker. It works really nice because as soon as they come out, he pops a rage spell on top of them, as well as freeze spells, and they actually take out a lot of defenses in that area. So check this out, guys. In comes the poison spell onto the CC, and then as they pop out, we have the rage spell ready, we have the freeze spells in there as well, and the balloons take out a lot of defenses in that area. Very unfortunate not to take out the Eagle Artillery and the Queen, but a lot of the time them balloons will wreck bases for him and give him exactly what he needs to then bring the Electro Dragons in. Similar to your Lavaloon, you are kind of swooping around the base, if you will, but you do want the Electro Dragons in somewhat of a group. You can bring them in a little bit surgically, but you want them to merge together, as you can see here, onto this single target Inferno. Now the balloons work very well alongside the Electro Dragons because they can press forward, get the defenses, and because they're defense targeting troops, and they go ahead of them, they'll set off any black bombs as well, because you do not want them hitting the Electro Dragons. So the key things keep the Electro Dragons in numbers. You can see how they're moving through the base as one big group. That's because they're very slow with that chain lightning ability, so to counteract that you can have multiple of them, and the other way to counteract it is having the rage spells. Now the heal spells now only costing, the free spells, sorry, now only costing 1 spell slot, can be very good to reset the single target Inferno or an air sweeper. Last thing you want to do is hit an air sweeper head on because the Electro Dragons are very slow. So you can use it to freeze that, but ideally try and come in from behind it. And likewise, the single target Inferno is the defense that will take out the Electro Dragons quickest. Even though they take it down pretty quick, you might have to freeze it just to save 1 or 2 of them. But that is basically the top 2 best Town Hall 12 attack strategies right now in the game. I hope you did enjoy that one, guys. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.